This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hello and welcome to another edition of C2C Rankem. I'm the host, Big B, along with my co-host halfway around the world, Mr. Primus, Tim Hendricks. How you doing, buddy?
Well, today's better than yesterday. We buried my wife's father yesterday. He passed away on Saturday after it seemed quick, but after you look at it, it seemed like it was a long illness. But he's in a better place. Some heartbroken, a little bit heartbroken, but I think we're taking that step to healing now. And thank you for everybody that reached out to Em and my family with their condolences, their thoughts, and their prayers. It definitely means a lot to us.
Yeah, no, and again, I hope everybody's doing good. And when you text me the news, I felt bad, and he never get. I mean, even when it's expected, you just don't get used to it. It's still tough. So. But with that being said, a little breaking news this morning. If you guys haven't seen yet or are just waking up, Dallas Cowboys are acquiring George Pickens from the Steelers. I think it's just picks. It's nothing overwhelming. I think it's just picks. I think it's been finalized. And also the Jacksonville Jaguars released one of their receivers.
The particulars in the Dallas trade is Pickens and a 2027 sixth round pick for a 2026 third and a 2027 fifth.
So they don't even get nothing recent or current.
No.
Oh no! Wait. We're in 2025. Forget it. So they'll get.
They get a fifth in 2 years. Dallas gets a fifth in 2 years.
You get picked for 2 years down the road.
And then Pittsburgh gets a third next year and then a seventh. What did I say it was?
So Dallas will get Pickens. Okay, so was it to Dallas for a 2026 third round pick to Cowboys? We'll also send a 2027 fifth round pick to the Steelers. And then get back to 2027. So really nothing.
Really, basically, you're just trading for what would be the equivalent for Shedeur Sanders' picking spot.
Yeah, pretty much. So, all right. So with that being said, let's get into our topics. I think we're still running. Well, I know we're running, but we're doing the actors and actresses still. We got 3 male actors, 3 females, and then also our fun blind 5 at the end. So yeah. So with that being said, first one is Renee Russo. So I'm going to go 3. I'm going to start off. I think we're going to get 3 right off the bat here.
3. This could. Wow, this is unbelievable. We could probably hit 5.
We could probably hit 5. I think one of them is going to be a tough one though to hit. I think.
So you say 3. I'll say 4 just to be safe. We're not going immaculate. That's for dang sure. But
no. All right. Well, kick her off.
All right. So I'm not much into golf movies. outside of, basically when everybody calls the if you watch a golf movie, they basically say one movie, but they tend to forget others. We all know the one everybody keeps remembering is Adam Sandler's Happy Gilmore.
Yep.
But I love this one a lot better, and it just seems like when you want to do a sports movie, go ahead and throw Kevin Costner in it because I'll guarantee you he'll try to figure out how to play in it. I remember this movie for the one time that Costner lays up in the Masters, I think it was.
Yep.
And how many times he does it? He shoots a 10, which is astronomically terrible. But Renee plays, I believe he plays his love interest in the movie.
Yeah, she plays the.
Was she the divorced wife? It seems like
she was the psychiatrist he started seeing.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it was.
She was also dating the villain in the movie, his counterpart.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But my number 5 is Tin Cup.
Okay. My number 5 is a movie that she does with Quaid, I think it is. Pretty much, when you get a big family together, you're going to battle, and get stressed out. So my number 5 is yours, mine, and ours.
Okay. I had to think about what did I miss? I remember that movie. That was a big one. There was a lot of people in that movie.
Yeah.
But okay. 4. My number 4, I know we've had on other lists, especially when it comes to sports movies. When she plays Tom Berenger's ex-wife. No. Again, I think she's playing ex-wives in these movies. Or she's playing a psychiatrist because she either plays an ex-wife or she plays a psychiatrist.
And this one, I don't think they ever got married. I think they're just dating, and then baseball got in the way and stuff like that. Yeah,
but she wasn't a psychiatrist, was she?
No, she was a librarian.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Because she's a psychiatrist in another one of these movies.
Yeah.
But no, I think this is your favorite baseball movie, if I'm not mistaken.
There's a lot of good baseball movies.
There's a lot of really good baseball movies. But this one, they took a bunch of extras from the great city of Milwaukee, which is kind of rare to say great city and Milwaukee in the same sentence. They filmed the movie in County Stadium, and if you pay attention to that first movie, when the Indians first take the field and you look at the scoreboard, it says WTMJ. That is a station out of Milwaukee that is run by the Milwaukee Journal. I looked at that. I remember seeing that first time that movie came out on Blu-ray. I went, I gotta watch this movie. I really gotta watch it. And I've seen it, and I knew about the TMJ thing, but I'm like, WTMJ. Why did they give them those letters? And I went, the Milwaukee Journal. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. But my number 4 is Major League.
Okay. All right. My number 4 kind of, when it came out, kind of just we went by Saturday mornings watching the cartoon, and then they make a movie of it. My number 4 is Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Number 4. My number 4.
You're number 3.
Swear to God, ever since we started doing these movie ones, I've been getting sniped left, right, and center. It's not C2C unless we're sniping. Oh, this is so terrible. You have it at number 4. I have it at number 3. She plays Natasha absolutely beautifully in that movie. Jason Alexander plays a great Boris and Natasha Badenoff. I absolutely love that. Rocky and Bullwinkle.
My number 3, I got a tie. You put her in. I think this is also where she plays a psychiatrist because I think she goes Mel Gibson character. I think she plays his psychiatrist. I got Lethal Weapon 3 and 4.
3 and 4. Did you forget 1 and 2?
I didn't realize she was it, but okay, so the Lethal Weapon series.
I'm like, she said 3 and 4. I'm like, did you forget 1
Well,
and
that's
3?
why I thought she was in all of them too, but I can only find that they list 3 and 4. So
She's in all. She's in all of them, I remember.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're number 3.
my number 2.
Or you're number 3, that's right.
My number 2. It's my house is a Marvel house, and my wife cannot remember that she was in this series. They kill her off in the series, which is kind of sad. I'm wondering if they're going to bring her back for Avengers Doomsday. I'm kind of hoping, maybe not. Maybe that's the reason why maybe that's the reason why Daredevil or Deadpool was crying and Daredevil and Wolverine being held by Thor, but who knows? But she plays Thor and Loki's mother, Frigga, in this series. My number 2 is Thor.
Yeah, we're not going 5. But the phrase that pays, at number 2, I got the second best golf movie around. I like Tin Cup.
Love it.
Especially, when the announcer's like, dude, just pick it up and putt from the green, when he's, chopping it in there. And then at the end, he's walking away. He's like, I just blew the U.S. Open,
I just blew the U.S. Open.
Yeah, so.
That was
when they do the bet where he's like, oh, I bet you I can hit my 7-iron farther than you can. And, he hits it, whatever. And then the guy turns around and hits it down the street and keeps bouncing.
Yeah, it was. And I think, and the funny thing is, I think the commentator was Vern Lundquist. And it's like, just pick the ball up already. I'm like,
yeah. Somebody please tackle him. He does not have to hit from there. All right. You're number 1.
Well, my number 1, I kind of alluded to it. I can't remember where you have it. I believe you have it. It's not C2C unless you're sniping. Now Tim's going to make a guess on if I remember where you put it. My number 1 is your number 3.
Lethal Weapon? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you have it at 1. Well, let's keep with the sniping. And at my number 1, like you said, it's one of my favorite baseball movies. And I think everybody on this staff for C2C can, most of them could probably ad-lib the whole movie without even watching the movie. And that's Major League. I know J-Mac can. I mean, that guy, he could definitely do it. But yeah.
I think I'm the only one on the staff that has actually seen a game in County Stadium.
Yeah. Because the only time I've ever been to Milwaukee for a Twins game was when they were at Miller Park. So
yeah, and I've never been to a game at Miller Park.
Yeah. So, all right. So we got 4. So let's go over to your boy, Jason Momoa. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen. I've seen parts of Aquaman. So I know his movie. I've seen a couple of his movies, but
give me 2, right? Give me 2. You're gonna.
Well, no, I mean, knowing you, I'll go 3.
Wow.
I'll say 3. I got a curveball in there. So.
Do you?
Yeah, because I think he actually plays a pretty funny character for what the movie or what character he plays. I think it's kind of funny. So.
Well, the thing is, it's like I got a curveball in there. I'm like, wait, did you go with the TV show and put in Baywatch?
No. No. All right, so I'll kick it off. I like the original movie back when I think it was Arnold that did it. I have not seen this one because I did not know there's a sequel, but I might have to look it up.
I did.
I'm gonna. My number 5 is Conan the Barbarian.
I did. Honestly, it's not the greatest movie, which is weird because there's 2 on this movie, 2 on this list that I'm going, wow, I can't believe I watched that.
You're number 5.
My number 5. I watched the second one but I don't even remember if he was in the second one. It was weird because I remember when they did the trailer for the first one of these science fiction series movies, and I went and I'm pretty after meeting him and I'm pretty religious on following people that I've met. You know, he's got that. People know Jason Momoa for having a beard or a goatee, and then I saw the first stills and the first behind the scenes of this, and he shaved, and I'm like, literally, you know, I'm a bearded guy. You've had goatees for years.
Nope.
It just feels like he had stabbed the heart of the facial hair clan that we are. I don't believe he's in the second one, but I know Dave Bautista's in the second one, so we might be doing a Dave Bautista on a list eventually somewhere down the line too. But stepdaughter loves the books, so you know I'm watching the third one when it comes out, but that doesn't mean diddly squat. I don't blame Jason for this movie sucking, but it's not his fault. I think it was terribly written. But my number 5 is Dune.
Oh, okay. All right, my number 4 is a curveball because he's only in it for probably 5 minutes at most. But the rest of the movie is funny. The reason why I say his character is funny is because they stop at a casino and he's dressed up as a Indian tour guide in the movie. The movie is Johnson's family reunion or vacation or something like that with Bernie Mac and it's Cedric the Entertainer.
Didn't we just look somebody up that we were talking to backstage?
Yeah,
we were just looking up he's in that movie. Tara Reid.
No, it wasn't Terry. It's Shannon Elizabeth in that.
Shannon Elizabeth.
But yeah, no, he plays a tribal Indian like tour guy at the casino. So, all right, your number 4.
My number 4 is from God, I like pulling out series movies for some reason, but he's in this one and he's in the sequel. You know, typically when I have this movie, so I kind of. The first time I saw this movie, I was like, okay, this is kind of weird because he plays a non-typical Jason Momoa character, and it's a little bit effeminate when you watch it, and you're not quite sure about it, and then you just kind of catch yourself laughing. But what I'm trying, I think there was a little go between him and John Cena at one point in the movie. And it was funny because they wrecked Rome 2 or 3 years before I went. I'm like, oh, I remember this. They pushed a bowling ball down. They basically pushed this big metal bowling ball that was a bomb down this road. Basically going through Rome, going, yeah, I remember this. This was in that movie, and it was in this movie and that movie too. And you know, kind of seeing if there's going to be a Jason Momoa, Dwayne Johnson face-off in the second one. I think it's going to be, if it is, it's going to be brilliant. I think it's going to be fun for.
Or him or Roman.
Roman was, yeah, because if that's the case, if that's the case, that would be kind of cool that they actually bring in Shaw. Or which one was it? Because I watched Hobbs and Shaw, and I can't remember. Whoever, it's part of Dwayne Johnson's family. I think it's Hobbs. Yeah, it's Hobbs, and to see Roman Reigns in the background of that, and in Hobbs versus Hobbs and Shaw, went okay. Now if they add him in, I think it'd be fun. It'd be like adding Dave Bautista on the side of Jason Momoa at the same time. But my number 4 is Fast 10.
My number 3, I had to think a little bit. You know, I've only watched the movie once, but I liked it. I liked the first one. But I have Sonic 2 as my number 3.
He was in Sonic 2?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I saw Sonic 1. I saw Sonic 1. I didn't even know he was in Sonic 2.
Yeah.
Wow, holy smokes! And I thought I knew Jason Momoa.
You're number 3.
My number 3. I love this movie. Um, I when I really wished I had watched the movie that he told me he was writing and he directed. So this would be it would be on this list instead of this. But I saw this movie. I thought this movie was brilliant. He plays a dad of this little girl, and and he lives in a small town, and he has to protect his family from these people that seem to have been pissed off by Jason's character. But I absolutely love this movie. I need to see it again. That's how bad it is. That's how bad I want to see it. But my number 3 is Braven, which happens to be the last name of the character, the family name of the character that Jason and his kids play.
Okay. He played. He must have the role of Knuckles.
He played Knuckles?
That's what I'm looking at here. Let me see.
He played Knuckles? And I didn't watch oh man. Well, I wasn't a big Sega fan.
No. Okay. But they list him. Okay. So he was offered the role of Knuckles, turned it down because of Aquaman. So technically he was not in Sonic 2.
He was gonna be Knuckles.
He was going to be Knuckles, yep. Why would you put that on there then if he was in there? That's why it threw me off. I'm like, why watch Sonic? I'll have to remember who. All right, so my number 3 is a fault.
The reason why they probably put it on there because there's probably still something of him in the movie.
Oh, maybe.
So they have to still put him in.
Yeah, because he's not.
Sonic 2.
So my number 3, I want to say it's a
number 2.
Movie.
Your number 2.
My number 2. Yeah. I know, growing up, I watched all these superhero movies, but I don't recall ever seeing the full Justice League movie. But at number 2, I got Justice League.
Yeah, I didn't put that one on here.
You're number 2.
My number 2, the movie that got me really into Jason Momoa, which is funny because he plays opposite a guy. He plays opposite Sylvester Stallone, but he also plays opposite of a guy who plays a guy by the name of Han Solo. I kid you not, in the Fast and the Furious movie. So technically, 2 of these people were in Fast and the Furious movies. But Sylvester Stallone and this guy, and I can never remember his name, so don't quote me on it. They play cops, and they play. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jason plays a character by the name of Keegan, where he's the bad guy. And the weirdest thing is, I have my autograph of him holding the sledgehammer that he kills somebody with in the movie. This is the movie that it was the reason why I wanted to meet Jason Momoa. Everybody else, my parent, my brother, my dad, all wanted to meet Jason Momoa because of Game of Thrones. I wanted to meet him because of this movie. My number 2 is Bullet to the Head.
All right. Well, my number 1, I know I haven't seen the movie because it's not my type of movie, but if I remember right, you told him he was going to play this character. We just lost Tim. But we'll give a few minutes to come back. But my number 1 movie, here comes Tim. All right. Gotta love technology. So I was just going to say, my number 1 movie, I believe you have told me the story that you told him that when you met Jason Momoa, that he was going to play this character. So my number 1 is Aquaman.
Well, you might as well go ahead and hit the flashy things because, yeah, it's to this day. And it's still weird because he is told number of people that when he got the call from DC, and it's funny because he's now he's more right. We were both right at one point. He got a call from DC when he went into audition, and he didn't think it was for Aquaman, and he said he thought he was doing the audition for Lobo, and they said, no, we want you for Aquaman. We want you to audition for Aquaman. Really, you don't need to audition. We'll give you the job. So he becomes Aquaman. Now that you got James Gunn, the guy who did Guardians of the Galaxy, he's doing the DC universe now. So he's working with the DC universe. The only guy they're keeping on from the Justice League universe that they had is Jason Momoa, and he's playing Lobo.
All right.
So, all right. Okay, cool.
All right. Well, we ended up with only one. So
Did we?
Yep, just one Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Yep. All right, let's move into Gina Davis here. My number 5. I think we could get 5, but I think it comes down to my number 5.
I think. Ooh.
But I'm gonna go a solid 3 on this one.
Yeah, I like your 3.
I know people are gonna be like, well, if you say you can get 5, but you're gonna go 3 is.
Well, the reason why is because you and I have different tastes in movies.
Exactly. So
yeah, I like 3. 3's a.
And I will say that 1 and 2 should be reversed. I think, yeah. All right, you're number 5.
I think I might know what your curveball is. I might.
Okay.
And I'm not going to spoil it because I don't if it's the curveball I think it is, I don't have it, which is weird because I like comedies. But I just watched this movie like my number 5 I just watched 5 years ago because Em wanted her kids to see the movie. So me being the nice guy found the movie and showed it to them. But most people don't remember Gina Davis in there. She plays the girlfriend to Jeff Goldblum. And it seems like it's Jeff Goldblum's coming out party because what he did in that movie is completely off the wall, and I think it's actually a remake. I love this movie. I know Jeff Goldblum loves this movie. Everything that he's ever said about this movie, he thanks it for basically starting his career. But my number 5 is The Fly.
Oh, you went that way.
I went that way.
Okay. Because my movie also has Jeff Goldblum in it. And I just looked it up to make sure.
Oh my god! Yeah, it is. When you
said Jeff Goldblum, I pulled up. I'm like, oh no, he's going to steal my curveball. But
and it's got Jim Carrey. It's got Jim Carrey in it, and it's got Damon Wayans in it too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the one I thought it was too.
Yep. My number 5 is Earth Girls Are Easy.
Yep. Earth Girls Are Easy.
Back in 1988, a classic there.
I needed 10 movies to put that on my list because that was going 6. Oh my god. Yeah.
All right.
Like I forgot completely all about.
4.
I completely forgot that Jeff Goldblum was in Earth Girls Were Easy. Number 4. If I'm not mistaken, this basically put Tim Burton on the map. I don't think anybody knew who Tim Burton was until Michael Keaton becomes this crazy, insane dead guy, where Gina Davis plays opposite of Alec Baldwin. Plays her husband, who are now recently deceased, as it were. They just made a sequel, and they're making a third. Oh, the second one sucked so much. The second one was so bad.
I haven't seen the second one yet.
Oh, don't waste your time. It's like.
But I'm disappointed you have this at 4.
No, because because Gina Davis wasn't in the sequel. This one was a master. To me,
I know. But
and Yeah, it's at 4 because I've got two great movies. You probably got it at 1 or 2 at this point. But when you make a sequel and then you say his name twice, you get this, and then of course they got to do a third one, right? So because if you say his name and it's not Joe Hendry before anybody even starts looking at it, say his name and he appears. So that is not the case. So I don't need Dragon Viper or whoever to be stealing my stuff, and you know. But my number 4 is Beetlejuice. Yeah, I need to start sniping you early.
Yeah, you got that one. My number 4, I think we just had it on another list. I gotta go. Yeah, we just had it last week with Susan Sarandon. So my number 4 is Thelma and Louise.
So you could add it for Brad Pitt too.
I could have had it for Brad Pitt too. You're right.
I don't think we did, but I'm just saying.
No.
I have to remember.
You're number 3.
It's been a long time since I've seen this movie, so I can't remember who she was in the movie with. I think it's Samuel Jackson. Yeah. For some reason, it comes up as Spy on IMDb.com, but that's not right. I do remember this movie though. She plays a spy who has amnesia. And you only see it brief, and she's trying to remember who she is, and she plays opposite Samuel L. Jackson. You don't have it? Great.
No, I was just reading
was I wrong?
Message.
Oh. My number 3 was one of the reasons why I like Samuel L. Jackson to begin with, and really, really punched home the reason to like Gina Davis. My number 3 is The Long Kiss Goodnight.
I had that, moved it out. Yeah. My number 3, cute little movie. The first two were pretty good.
Cute little movie? I've never heard that before.
No, a cute little movie, yeah. The first 2 I liked. The third one I have not seen. Did not know they had a third one. But when you go in and and you go in and adopt a child and you end up adopting a mouse as your child.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot all about
the best line of the whole movie, I think, is when the cat's roaming around and comes up to his alley cats or his alley cat friends sneak into the house and they go about ready to eat the mouse. And then the cat starts laughing because the mouse has a pet cat.
Yeah.
I just think that's crazy. Yeah, Stuart Little is my number 3.
I keep forgetting that Dr. House was in that. Dr. House was the dad in that movie.
Yep. Oh, you're number 2.
My number 2, well, it's not C2C unless we're sniping. You have it at number 4 since you're 4. Thelma and Louise.
All right. So I sniped you at 4 with that one. Yeah. Well, we flip-flop snipes because you sniped me at your number 4. I have it at number 2, Beetlejuice. So all right. You sniped me at 1.
I guess you're sniping. I'm sniping you at 1. I think the third best baseball movie in history. It is funny when you watch it and you go, and they made a series that lasted 1 season. They're canceling the series. It came up with something.
The series, I watched the series. It was kind of dumb.
Okay. Well, then if that's the case, if you say it's dumb, then I trust you. Yeah. But it puts the greatest line you ever hear in a baseball movie in your entire life. There's no crying in baseball, but uttered by probably one of the greatest actors of any generation, Tom Hanks. What can I say? Gina Davis plays the older sister of oh shoot, I can't remember her name. Lori Petty.
What's up, Ryan? How you doing, bud?
This is C2C's Dora the Explorer Rankem. Yeah.
All right.
My number 1 is A League of Their Own.
Yep. My number 1 too. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you could say top 3 movies, baseball movies, and honestly, you could say top 1. You could say 2. I mean, that's an argument for another day. But yeah, League of Their Own, Tom Hanks. You got Madonna. You got Rosie O'Donnell. You got Gina Davis.
Lori Petty, Taya Leone.
Yeah, you got tons of. I mean, yes, the no crying in baseball is a good one, but I like when I actually like when Tom Hanks gets thrown up by the up and calls him peanut wearing a hat or something like that.
Yeah.
No, League of Their Own, definitely a good one. They're supposed to have a women's league that starts up this summer or next summer, I think.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's go into our next guy. We ended up with 3.
Ryan missed the topic of what our topic was. He's just naming off baseball movies now.
Ryan. It's actors again, Ryan, but you got a good list of baseball movies there. So
Dan the Man Ross.
That might be one of our topics. I think we've done one like that, but I'm not positive.
I think we did too.
All right, Sean Austin.
Who? Sean Astin.
Whatever his last name is. So, this guy I've seen. Actually, I've seen him in 4 of the 5 movies I've seen him in for sure. The 5th one I know, I just threw on there because I know it's a big series. I'm gonna go 4.
It's a big series. Now I got to figure out what did I miss? What was he in? That was a series. I know of one he was in a series. I'll say 4, but I'm not sure.
All right.
So Sean Astin, another guy I've met.
I'd like to meet him.
He's a really great guy. He's real personable. He's got a really great sense of humor. You should see what he wrote on my. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay. No, I definitely like him. Especially. Well, I mean, he played a pretty good actor, but definitely he's in one of my favorite movies. So
that's not it. That's not it. Let's just say it got me to have another autograph signed by another person.
Okay.
Saying ruggedly handsome. But that's my picture autographed by Sean Astin.
Nice.
And what it says is, to Tim, the twinkle in my one-eyed Willie. So yeah. It's he's something. And that picture is from one of my movies.
He is in the Connors. Okay. The remake of Roseanne.
Yeah.
I was just like, how is he tied into the Connors? He's the boyfriend of okay, I got it. All right, so let's go. You're number 5.
It'd be your number 5.
Is it me?
Yep, it's you. You got the guys this week.
Oh, yep. All right. So my number 5, the series of movies that I have not seen that he's in, Lord of the Rings.
You have.
No, I know you're gonna have it higher. I haven't seen it, so I can't. I mean, realistically, money wise, yes, popularity is probably going to be on everybody's number 1 list. I get it.
No, I know I can honestly tell you, your number 1 is going to be one of two movies. That's just
yep.
me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
right,
Ryan. We got to calm Ryan down. You got to calm Ryan. But my number.
Sorry, right? I'm not that.
He's not that guy.
Movie type there, bud.
My number 5 is the movie that put Brendan Fraser on the map. We got a big, huge dose of Pauly Shore after he had been such a big guy on MTV. I honestly forgot that he was in this movie, and then I saw a picture of Sean and Brendan Fraser and Pauly Shore all standing next to each other dancing. I didn't realize this, but Pauly Shore lives in Wisconsin now. He lives up he lives up in Marinette now. My number 5 has been sniped by my own brother because he is that guy. My number 5 is Encino Man.
Yeah, classic movie. Yes. My number 4, he's in there for a short period of time. So I know this one, Ryan will probably say, well, what, if he's in a short period of time, why is it higher than Lords of the Ring? Because I've seen it. I haven't seen Lords of the Ring, but 50 First Dates. No, he's in the whole movie. No, he's in the whole movie. I was thinking
he's in the whole movie.
Yeah, well, he's the brother. Yeah.
Here's the funny thing is, and I'm going to show you this too. It's not C2C unless you're sniping.
Nice.
My number 4 is 50. Is your number 4 50 First Dates?
Nice. Where'd you meet her at?
I didn't.
Oh.
I sent off to her. I sent a letter to her agent, and they sent me an autographed picture.
Okay, cool. Well, I've seen a lot of people do that with sports cards now, is sending them off.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Drew the Mayor used to be big before everybody started doing card shows.
Yeah. My number, so I sniped you at there. So my number 3 is your number 4, Encino Man.
Number 5.
Your number 5, yeah. Your number 5, Encino Man. That was a great movie. Especially when they go to the gas station and they're slurping the
wheezing the juice.
Wheezing the juice. No wheezing the juice.
No wheezing the juice.
Yeah. So, all right. Your number 3.
My number 3. They just did the 30th anniversary of this movie. I'm trying to look right now that they had asked the question if there was going to be a sequel to this movie. This is the movie that gave us Josh Brolin, because this was Josh Brolin's first movie. Let me check on IMDb.com. I know that there was and as of right now, there is in development of a Steven Spielberg movie that came out in 1985 or 6, which my picture is from. 85. My number 3 is Goonies.
Oh man! So I heard the biggest holdup on why they haven't done it is because Chunk.
But they had Chunk there, and he may be doing it. There are talks now that he's more than likely going to be doing it.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know.
Well, he's not Chunk anymore. That's the thing.
Not even that, but just how far apart are they? You know.
Well, no, it wasn't the fact. It wasn't money wise. He was trying to keep himself out of the limelight.
Just off your brother.
That's great. I don't care.
Well, that's okay because I'm gonna piss him off too, because at number 2 I got your number 3, Goonies.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Yeah.
We're just hurting brothers all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, here's my number 2 is going to hurt you. Probably the greatest inspirational story in history. Vince Vaughn's first movie, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Filmed by Jon Favreau. Charles Dutton plays a huge role in this movie. I love it. And the funny thing is, some of that stuff isn't true because Joe Montana was on that team.
Montana was the starter, though. I don't think he was.
Montana, I got to remember, Montana came out in 79.
Yeah.
Montana was on the team that year, and he didn't give he was a starter on that team.
Okay.
and he says he never gave that away. He never gave away his jersey. Plus, I understand they embellished the role a bit, and I don't understand. That doesn't bother me. The fact is that Notre Dame had to hire a former Green Bay Packer coach, the sucky Green Bay Packer coach, and Dan Devine, that he sucked. Thought they could bring him back to prominence. But my number 2 is Rudy.
Yeah. And Coach Devine is he not the pitcher in the major leagues too?
He is the exact same one.
Yeah. But yeah, my number 1 is your number 2. Yeah, Rudy, you got it. What can I say?
Rudy's number 2.
Yeah.
I don't know what
your number 1 is.
My number 1 is your number 5, Lord of the Rings.
Oh, so we got we haven't done a 5 in a while. But.
We got the 5, but we just didn't do the Immaculate.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So let's move on to Carrie Fisher. Let's see how bad we can make Ryan upset on this one. So, Carrie Fisher. So,
holy hell.
There's going to be a movie I'm going to ask about later.
Sure.
If you don't have it on your list. So,
okay.
All right.
How many do you think Carrie Fisher? Because I'm waiting for Ryan to lose his mind at this point. Murders. Murders.
I'm gonna go 3.
3? We kind of hinted about 1 in the back. I thought you might have gone 4.
No, we could do 4. I think there's a couple that might throw us off here. So, all right. Well, kick it off with your number 5. Where do you have number 5?
Mine, where I have number 5 is at number 5.
Yeah.
So my number 5 was the one movie I was referring to, and this is the one I was talking about backstage, thinking I forgot that she played the best friend of Meg Ryan, and I'm like, oh, and then I looked at it and I'm going, yeah, she did, didn't she? And but it's just not that memorable. But you always got that. The funny thing is, they remade the diner scene for the Super Bowl commercials this year, and I thought that was hilarious. You're looking it up, aren't you?
No, I'm looking up something else.
Look it up. My number 5. No, the other one. No, that wasn't Tom Hanks though. Was that? No, You Got Mail wasn't. You Got Mail wasn't Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal?
No, Ryan's wrong.
Ryan's wrong. The price is wrong, Bob. My number 5 is When Harry Met Sally.
That is
Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal, yes. Well, we'll start it off. This will be our beginning to our second Immaculate Rankem here. My number 5 is your number 5, When Harry Met Sally. What's your number 4? Let's see if we keep it going.
My number 4, I think they purposely gave Carrie Fisher the greatest line in. I don't know if this is the greatest line in a movie that basically is a slap in the face to what her career became. I think it's hilarious and it's funny because she makes the comment in this movie, I was up for the role of Princess Leia, but I didn't sleep with George Lucas. And I'm like, are you kidding me? It is the greatest line I've ever heard, basically on a slap of what got her started. My number 4 is Scream 3.
Oh. No, I don't have that one.
She's in there for all of 4 minutes.
So I have number 4 here, a classic. Let me pull it up here because I want to make sure I have the right characters in there.
I want to see if Ryan sniped me on my number 3.
Let's see here. So I have at number 4 the Bad Boys themselves back in 1980. They made a couple remakes of it. But what can we say about the original with Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, Carrie Fisher's in it, the Blues Brothers.
Why?
All right, you're number 3.
My number 3 is it's not C2C unless we're sniping. My number 3 is your number 4. I always remember this line: "We're on a mission from God," and you got to do it in a Chicago accent, because if you're not doing it in a Chicago accent, you're not on a mission from God.
All right, my number 3. Another classic that I liked, and when I typed in Carrie Fisher movies, I couldn't remember that she was in this one. But growing up, we always had those imaginary friends, and they made a movie of it. My number 3 is Drop Dead Fred.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number
I guess we're not getting 3. We're not getting 4. My number 2, I was nicely sniped by my brother. It's not You Got Mail. But Brandon, do you know the rules of the road? Because do you live by the book? You live by the good book. I live by the good book. Do you believe? I believe in the rules. I believe in the rules of the road. My number 2, and this is why I love Carrie Fisher so much, because she can laugh at herself. This was brilliant between her playing a nun and Mark Hamill playing Cockknocker. It's great. We're getting canceled just because of Carrie Fisher. My number 2 is Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Well, what can we say but the phrase that pays? At number 2, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. And she's only in the movie for what? 2-3 minutes at most?
She's in maybe about as long as she was in Scream 3.
Yeah. That was just funny. Well, I guess I gotta do what the book says. And
I gotta do what the good book says. I'm like, what?
Yeah. All right, you're number 1.
My number 1 is this little movie about it's a better written movie than Harry Potter, where it's everybody knows the story, right? About how they have funny, fancy wands that click, and they made 9 of these things. Actually, they made 9 regular ones, and then they decided to make 2 ones, and then they gave a little green guy called Grogu his own show. And my number 1 is Star Wars.
Yeah, what can we say? Number 1, you got it. Star Wars.
She was in Austin Powers.
What?
She was in Austin Powers. She plays a psychologist when they're having that in the second or third one, the where she plays a psychiatrist where Scott Evil and Dr. Evil we're trying to get through going through family counseling, and she's the psychiatrist in the family circle.
Why did that not come up?
I don't know why it didn't come out, man. Austin Powers. It's Spy Who Shagged Me.
Wow.
That's the one where a classmate of Ryan's was in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jimmy Yanowitz. Yanowitz was in that movie for like less than Carrie Fisher was in for Scream 3 and Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. He's a hairstylist with at the beginning where Austin Powers is taking pictures of Rebecca Romaine Stamos and Kirsten Johnston at the beginning of the movie, just before you find out that Kirsten Johnston's movie or character is like the villain that he's supposed to shag.
Yeah. They do not have her listed.
Really?
Oh, no. There it is. Okay. In the 1990s, played a therapist in Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery in 97.
Oh, it was the first one. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's but yeah, Ryan's class.
Like looking around, I'm like, but the movie I was going to ask you about, because it showed up, but I cannot find where she's in it, and it's kind of like Jason Momoa, they got her in Hook.
Where is she in Hook? I saw that too, and it was like I don't believe I still calm down, Ryan. The burbs still happen, um, but I'm
I was
I'm
looking to
going.
see maybe she was a director of that, or maybe she
No,
was up in a role for that.
that was you said Carrie Fisher in Hook.
Yeah.
Okay, Carrie Fisher in Hook. Where is she in Hook? 14 seconds. No, you know why? Okay, she's in the movie for 14 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, now remember when there was a snowfall scene on the bridge in London?
Okay.
There's a couple standing on the bridge in London during the snowfall.
Okay.
Just as they get there, it's George Lucas and Carrie Fisher kissing on the bridge.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Just reading it now.
it's
Okay.
like you sneeze and you miss it.
Gotcha. All right.
Ryan thinks
Well,
the
they're
Burbs.
showing the. Okay, I found images of it now.
Ryan thinks the Burbs was as good of a movie as he thinks it is. It's not.
Well,
Maybe Ryan doesn't know what a good movie is.
yeah, maybe. Okay, now I see the images. Okay, all right. Well, let's get into the funny guy himself, Jack Black.
Ask Ryan if he was supposed to meet Jack Black.
Ryan, were you supposed to be Jack Black?
Touchy
right.
subject. It's a touchy subject
Oh,
for Ryan.
okay. All right. Oh God, I could see us getting all five,
I don't.
but I'm gonna go four.
I can see four. I can see four. Four Jack Blacks. See, told you. Touchy subject.
All right. So I kick it off here. Well, we're wrestling. We're a wrestling show where we know wrestling, and I think this would be a funny time to bring him in. I think with this character, I'm surprised they did it when the movie was hot.
Oh, it would have been great.
It would have been. But my number 5 is Nacho Libre.
I knew the first movie Ryan was throwing up was Mars Attack because this is the only time in life that Ryan and Jack had the same career. They were
okay.
They were both in the Marines. And
all right. Your number 5.
My number 5. This was a movie that I saw, and this was the first time I ever actually. And I know he did Biodome, and I know he sang in Biodome. Yeah, he's in. Believe me, Tenacious D is in Biodome, and it's like that quick. But he's there. He's in a band. He's in Tenacious D. They call it Tenacious D, and they're playing a small little concert, and you can hear him in the background of a scene as they're going towards the Biodome.
I'm watching the clip right now. Okay.
Yeah. But my number 5, he sings in Biodome, but you don't really hear it. But you hear it in this one, and this is when I really found out that he had such an amazing voice. And I hadn't seen the Tenacious D series, and it wasn't until after I saw this movie where I saw the D movie, the series, and the D's, became a real big fan of Tenacious D. And
God, he doesn't look like him.
No, it doesn't. And
doesn't.
his singing. But my number 5 is High Fidelity.
Okay. Well, 5's out the door. So, my number 4, we brought it up on last week's episode, I believe, with a couple of ladies that were in the movie. My number 5 is The Holiday.
We're not getting 4.
Okay.
The funny thing is, we brought my number 4 up last week too because of another person.
All right.
Because of one Angelina Jolie.
Okay.
I haven't watched what is there, 4 of them now? I think I brought this up last week. I haven't watched the last 2. But it gave me more respect for pandas. Didn't realize they could do kung fu and karate. But my number 4 is the Kung Fu Panda series.
Okay. My number 3 is funny movie, and I think it just gives out a good point that we just need to see people for their inner emotions and not so much of what they look on the outside. And I think it drives home a great point, especially in nowadays world. My number 3 is Shallow Hal.
Wow, holy heck, that was the first one. I didn't think you were going to go with. I forgot all about Shallow. I'll be honest, I forgot about Shallow Hal.
That was probably Ryan's number 1 movie for this guy.
No, I know it's number 1. I think at this point. But my number 3, it's weird because I met a couple people in this movie. No, and it's not a Minecraft movie. Before anybody goes jumping off bridges. But I met the drummer of the Bodines. Not too much before I saw this movie in the theater. This one's a great movie, and I wish more schools would do this. And to think that he had to fake his way to become a substitute teacher to do this, I love it. I think it's great. My number 3 is The School of Rock.
Wow. Well, let's go with the phrase that pays. We're doing it a lot today. At number 2, I got the Kung Fu Panda series.
I'm trying to figure out what you went wow to.
You're number 1.
My number 2.
You're number 2.
My number 2. The funny thing is, this is a series. This is a 2 movie series that is weird because usually I meet somebody. Ryan usually meets somebody with me. Well, this is a movie where I met somebody who my brother's never met, but yet my brother has met somebody that I've never met in this movie. These 2 movies. It's technically a sequel of an original from Robin Williams. I love the movie. I think it's fun. I know a lot of people don't. Heck, my stepson says that a Minecraft movie is basically an 8-bit version of this series.
I have not seen neither one of these movies.
I haven't seen a Minecraft movie, but I sure have seen this movie. I've seen the only 2 movies that Jack Black is in. My number 2 is the Jumanji series.
Did not even see neither one of them. But number 1, well, you had it at number 3. I got it at 1. The School of Rock. I thought that was great for him to get by the school board or whatever for being an unlicensed teacher. Gets him into the Battle of the Bands.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I like that one. All right, so let's do.
I know my brother's number 1 movie because it's my number 1 movie.
Okay.
It's a Ben Stiller, Robert Downey Jr., movie, but this is the funniest thing is everybody forgets that Jack Black was in this movie. He plays a drug crazed actor, but people only remember it for 2 things: that Robert Downey Jr. comes out with a line saying, "I'm playing a man basically Robert Downey Jr. is playing a black man."
Okay.
And the end credit scene is Tom Cruise dancing in a fat suit. My number 1 is Tropic Thunder.
Never even heard of it.
Oh, you got to watch it. It's hilarious.
All right. All right. So let's get into our blind 5. So this is, we don't know the other person's category. Give us the ranking of 5, and then we try to rank them, and then we sound foolish most of the time. But it's fun. So I'm going to let you go first because the one I got, I want to debate a little bit on who they're missing on this because I found a good list one. So give me my topic.
All right. We just did the draft 2 days ago that I wasn't there for. No, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I'm not going to rub the salt in your wound going, hey, what events would you like in Minneapolis? I'm not going to be that guy. But hey, the drafts just happened and it was just in Green Bay and they just announced that the Washington DC one is going to be coming up for the NFL. I figured why not tell me which drafts you want in your city?
Oh. All right. I want the WWE draft. No.
Okay, since you brought it up, your first one is the WWE.
God. I mean, if they did the draft legit, I mean, I know, because my son would go. I would put it at number 3.
Okay. The NHL.
Well, we are the state of hockey. I'm not a hockey fan, though. I'm going to go number 4.
Okay. Now we're going to go Major League Baseball.
Too long of a draft. I'm going 5. And I'm a baseball guy.
That's why I kind of shocked. Let's go the NFL.
Yeah, I would go to the NFL, number 1.
So that leaves number 2, the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, the NBA does a good draft. I mean,
What?
So.
I love when Ryan,
that's a good list. I was actually thinking about doing something like that.
I love when Ryan comes in just when he doesn't hear the topic. Cena, what? No. Out of nowhere. Cena, what?
All right, so my blind 5. I was watching a clip on YouTube. Not YouTube. TikTok or Instagram or something.
I don't do
and
TikTok.
I'll give credit to the guys. It's cluelessguys.
Cluelessguys.com.
Yeah, something like that. And they got a list of 10, but I'm going to break down the first 5, and then I'll tell you what the other 5 are. It is top 10, but we'll do 5 for right now.
Okay.
Fictional coaches.
Oh my gosh.
And when we get done with the list, I'm gonna go through the whole list and their rankings, and tell me who they're missing. So, all right.
Ray Charles.
So this will be half of their list. So it'll be their top 5. We'll go with Lou Brown.
Lou Brown. That's Major League. Okay.
Major League.
Okay. Ellen Keller. Oh, Lou Brown. Okay. I'm sorry. He wasn't paying attention. I like Lou Brown. I got to go 2 with Lou Brown.
You got to go 2 with Lou Brown.
Blind 5. Okay, I get it now. I get it. The blind 5, and he's got Cena, Ray Charles, Ellen Keller. Hell, oh man!
All right, Ryan. All right.
I didn't think about it.
We'll go with golfing coach Chubbs.
Oh no, he's not blind. He's not blind. Chubbs. Oh man, I said Lou Brown at 2.
Yep.
Oh, this is gonna suck because I pigeonholed myself. 4. Oh,
okay.
I'm gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt badly.
Replacements coach.
Oh no.
Jimmy McGinty, or however you pronounce his last name.
God, I love that. Yeah. 3. Because I'm pigeonholing myself at this point. Well, now 1 and 5, folks. Let's see how badly this goes.
Dodgeball coach Patches O'Houlihan.
Oh no, he's 1. No, that's it. That's 1. I don't care who you got me pigeonholed at 5, but I like him at 1. Patches O'Houlihan.
5, the Mighty Ducks coach Gordon Bombay.
All
right.
I'm fine with it. Oh,
all right.
man.
So these guys ranked them, or actually, they found the list somewhere. They
filed a lawsuit.
So at number 1 on their list had Chubbs. At number 2 was Patches.
Patches.
At 3 was Jimmy. 4 was Gordon Bombay. Lou Brown was 5.
Oh, sons of bitches.
At number 6 Mr. Miyagi. At number 7, Tony Diamantos.
Tony D'Amato. No, which Tony D'Amato was the Al Pacino character from Any Given Sunday.
Yep. Coach Taylor. I don't know
Was
what
that
movie that.
Coach Taylor? Was that Major League 3 and 4?
No. Let's see. Let's see if we can find Coach Taylor. It might have been a TV show too.
Coach Taylor.
He's the coach in Friday Night Lights.
I didn't watch it. The TV series? I didn't watch the TV series.
Speaking of another TV series, Ted Lasso, the soccer one.
Didn't watch it. And I have Apple TV, so that makes anything sense.
At number 10, they got Judge Burns.
Judge Burns.
Let me see here. What show is that on?
Judge Burns. Judge Burns was
coach. Let's see if it shows.
Judge Burns. Come on, Ryan. I know you're there. Figure it out. Yeah, I'm going to say Monty Burns, but that'd be wrong. Judge Burns. Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, they said the coach. I didn't write it down, but so to me, they're missing.
They're missing a couple.
They are. One coach from the TV show.
You're missing, missing Hayden. Missing Hayden Fox.
Yeah, Hayden Fox was the big one. I thought that would be number 1.
You're missing Hayden Fox. You're missing Coach Carter.
Coach Carter, yep. Coach
You're missing.
Boone.
Huh?
Coach Boone.
Coach Boone. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're missing. What the big? I can't remember the one from Hickory. The one from Hoosiers.
Yeah. Gene Hackman's character.
Yeah. You're missing, aren't you missing? You're also missing. You're missing. What's his name from The Buzz? Was it The Buzz?
Major League 2 or 3.
Major League 3.
The dude from Quantum Leap or whatever.
Yeah, you're missing him. You're missing Dorn, who ended up becoming Dorn became the general manager.
Yeah, Dorn was the general manager. You're missing even the twins coach to that one.
John McGinley the one that played Jefferson in.
Yep, Married with Children. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Who else are we missing? You're missing. You're missing the one from back.
You're missing. Oh gosh, she's in Cheers and she coached the boys basketball in a school.
Rhea Perlman's character? Was it Rhea Perlman or Shelley Long?
No, it was the other waitress. It was the young waitress, the smaller waitress. That's Shelley Long.
The Rhea Perlman one.
Yeah, she was in Sunset. No, what was it? Sunset Park?
I don't remember. I didn't see Sunset Park.
Yeah, they had so many.
Miyagi, Norman Dale. The one that Norman Dale was the one that Hackman played in Hoosiers. Coach Klein. Coach Klein from The Waterboy.
Oh yeah, Coach Klein and The Waterboy. Danny
O'Shea.
Yeah, Danny O'Shea. They guessed Danny O'Shea, but he wasn't on the list. Danny O'Shea's brother in that movie. You know.
Jimmy Dugan. No Jimmy Dugan from A League of Their Own.
Dugan. Yeah, so there's a lot.
Jackie Moon.
Yeah, They guessed Jackie Moon. He wasn't on the list in the top 10. But that was
Bud Kilmer. Bud Kilmer from Varsity Blues.
Yep. Yeah. So, all right. So that's our.
No butter maker.
Oh yeah.
No Morris butter maker from Bad News Bears.
Yep. So with that being said, that's our show for today. Tim, any final thoughts?
Keep watching what we got doing. Next week we'll be back with something else I'll figure out. Thanks for everybody who's watching, for Ryan for telling us that we don't know good movies. We'll watch some later this year. But thank everybody for watching again. You got the St. Paul Bears show tonight.
Yep. Tonight we got getting ready to ramp up with our Coach Cody there, the St. Paul Bears. We're going to do Bears Huddle today. He's going to give us a little preview on the tryouts they had, the roster, how they came out. They got their first preseason game on the 24th, so might get into a little planning on that and what they're looking for. But yeah, just keep checking us out. I know the shows have been a little inconsistent, but it's the summertime. People got stuff to do, so just never know where we're going to pop up. Breaking news, in case anybody didn't get it. Well, the Utah Hockey Club has finally announced their name. It's going to be Utah Mammoths. So that's going to be the new hockey club in Utah. So, but with that being said, just keep checking us out. Next week we'll have another great episode here on Rankem. So we'll see y'all.
And if Ryan's still watching, if he wants us to pick some of the actors that he wants, then text us.
Yeah, or people that you should have met that you never met. I mean, we can make a list of that too. So, all right, we'll see y'all next week on C2C Rankem. Have a good one.